So it is my pleasure to introduce Serena, who is the operations manager out here, and I'll let you share your last name, Serena.
I'm Serena Kenny.
Kenny.
Serena
I
Kenny.
saw Serena out here yesterday. She was everywhere. And so I really want to thank her for what she and her team have put together and let us be part of it. So
Thanks
you
so
tell
much.
us a little bit about this camp.
Yeah, for sure. So the KCA, Kenora Chiefs Advisory, Ogumawawatang, we've owned this property now going on 3 years in November. We have 337 acres of land. We have a fully established equine program that's 7 days a week. We have 15 horses that live out here. Our programming for our equine goes right from 9 o'clock in the morning till about 7 o'clock at night during the summer months. There's just different programs that come out and utilize the space. A lot of schools, a lot of youth, a lot of families. It's really great. That's our most established program that we have out here. I was the first staff that actually worked out here, so it was just me on my quad while I'd wave at all the construction people and kind of just dream up what we're really going to be doing out here. And we've seen some absolutely amazing things. We've done some amazing things. Our biggest event, we actually had 3,000 people out here, and that was for National Indigenous Peoples Day last year. And then this year, we had to calm it down. We were hoping for 500 that first year. And then everybody and their moms drove. Nobody carpooled. And so it was like bumper cars all the way to the end of Strucker Road. We couldn't get buses out, so it was a little bit of a mess. So this year we changed it that we partnered. The Speedway gave us their space for free so that we could park there. We hired charter buses and had the buses come back and forth. It was running about every 5 minutes with the 2 buses, which was really great. That was something that we did yesterday. I think a lot of people felt it to be a barrier, but just with the space that we have here, there isn't enough parking for 500-600 people at all. So we're hoping in the future that if the Speedway is willing to let us continue to use it, that people will see that we're able to accommodate with those charter buses to have more people come and feel comfortable. So that's some of the bigger events that we did. Yesterday was our first annual Sabe Bush Crawl. The weather didn't cooperate quite as much as we had hoped. We were out setting up on Saturday and it was just beautiful. Rotary, you guys did a great job at that kids obstacle. But then we had a 4-kilometer run through our whole property. And many people that had come out, they had never seen the property. So it was an interesting way to see the property for them. We heard some amazing things. Like I had no idea it was so big and so vast of a space that we have. And that's kind of our goal for the fundraising that we did for the Sabe Bush Crawl, to go into getting a cultural trail that will be throughout the property. And we have some wild dreams about it. Like I want to see a bridge going over our little pond area, and I want to stock that with trout so that, you know, our elders, accessibility issues, they can go right on that bridge and they can throw a cast and catch a trout. Trout fishing is something that I did growing up, and it was one of my favorite memories, and that's something that I'd love to be able to do with the youth around the Kenora area. We're going to be going into more programming. We've actually just recently hired, I believe it was 5 new staff. So we're now a team of 9 people out here, where before it was me and our property manager, which is really awesome. It's going to open up the doors for the things that we can do, where we're going to be opening up, like, we do camp craft nights every Tuesday, where we go from beading to sewing to, we made Christmas stockings last year around Christmas. That was a big hit for everyone that came. I have really big dreams for that. I'm a big dreamer. I can't wait to see some of it come true, but I'd love to see our camp craft nights turn into young artists and youth coming out here to design clothing and have a fashion show. I'd love to be doing music nights. I'd love to get all the music. I'm not very musical, so I don't know instruments. I'd love to be getting all of that so kids can practice that. And during the fashion show, kids are playing that music that they've done, or videography, having kids youth, whoever wants to participate, come do videos of the property, and then they can videotape that fashion show that I envision. I'm actually part of the Indigenous Fashion Arts Council in Canada. I was like, where are we? And so that's to me, and we were able to go, and I was able to take 2 youth to Toronto. And that's not accessible to everyone, especially our area. Flying there, you can't really drive there. It's a very long drive. So I'd love to see something like that in our area. And I know that there's some serious talent in our area for that. So that's some of the evening programming, weekend programming that we'll be going into. We also do rent the space. So the space is something that, students are able to come out to with their different schools, with their communities. We're talking about setting up a little wigwam village. Teepees weren't actually native to our area, but we had wigwams. So we'd like to bring back that history of what we utilized the wigwams for and how they were built, and I'd love to see a little wigwam village where everybody gets a chance to see how they're put up and what they're used for and how they're cared for. I think that would be a really neat learning experience for many people. We actually have our all the principals and vice principals of the Kenora Patricia School Board, District School Board, coming out next month, and they'll be putting together one. And so it'll be a team building exercise. So it's something for everyone, and it's a real good learning experience, team building, all the different things that we're able to do.
Would you mind to explain? I don't know what a wigwam is. I know what a teepee is.
So it's kind of a teepee is kind of like this. A wigwam's just kind of circular, and that was native to our area. Yeah, so it is just like a teepee, and so that's where people lived. That's where ceremonies were held and everything. Yeah.
Are they in the at the mounds down in Rainy River? I think they have wigwams shown there.
I'm sorry, where is that?
At the mounds down in Rainy River.
Oh, I've never.
Mounds.
Yeah, I've never been.
So it's not like the displays are around it like that. So I'm pretty sure that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was our area, so it would be like that. The teepees came from the Cree out west, so that was something different.
Was there very large communities, or was it just like how many people would be at one location?
I couldn't answer that. I know, like when I think about the communities and the history that I know, like they were. No, I can't answer that. I think I'd be telling you guys a lie. So
That's something maybe we can get Jim to research.
Well, no, I was just thinking in terms of, like, I'm not 100% clear as to the philosophy of the Kenora Chiefs. Like, I know one of it is to give youth the opportunity to live happy lives when they're growing up. Mm-hmm. But I wonder in terms of to what extent have they thought about the economic benefits? Like, for example, Huron Village down further south in Ontario is a big tourist business. Mm-hmm. And I just wondered if there was enough of a history of smaller communities that you could have a wigwam village and sort of a hotel on the side, maybe to bring extra jobs, but.
Well, that would be amazing. that would be really amazing. Yeah, right off the highway. Well, and that's something that I think about this cultural trail that we want to put throughout the property. I've driven across Canada, and we've stopped on trails, and like I have my most memorable ones, and there's not much between Thunder Bay and Winnipeg that people can't get out and stretch their legs. But if we had that here, which is a big reason that we did that fundraiser yesterday. And then also, I have really big dreams about what a playground would look like out here. I want to see it in the bush, kind of made of wood. Like, I don't want just a play structure that's going to be out in the open like a school. I'd love to see kids' imaginations going wild. I grew up in in the bush. Like I remember running around with no shoes on my whole life. And my imagination, like we played with sticks, we played with rocks. Like that was what we did. We didn't have all the fancy gadgets, and it was the best childhood. And I remember being happy, and I remember laughing, and that's something that we really want to see. We want to dedicate this playground to the survivors of residential school and the ones that never made it home. My late mom was a residential school survivor, and she remembers being at Cecilia Jeffrey here in Kenora and hearing kids play at the nearby schools, but remembering not being able to play. So this was something that was taken from her, and you know, we're past that now, where we are able to give our children that. And I think that would be something that's so special, to create a safe, inclusive space for everyone of all walks of life to come together and know that this space is for everyone, and is safe and happy. I want to hear them all laughing, and I love it when we have different groups out here. Like I get called auntie by so many kids, and I love it. Like, and hearing them, hearing what a good time they have, or they all want to high five when they get back on that bus. Like that's what keeps me going. Some of our success stories that we have had out here with youth who have gone through crises. They're living on survival mode. Hearing some of their stories, but when they're here, they know that they're safe, and they know that they're cared for, and that they're part of this space. And the way that they're able to open up is just amazing. All that this territory has to offer, there's not enough space for people to stay and come explore. Like this to me, everybody that I know is trying to leave to go to Mexico and all the different places, and I'm like, have you looked outside? we are extremely blessed. I love the winter too, like everything about it. It's just amazing, and especially like on this property, I even camp out here in the summer. Like I'm here all week, and I'll stay all weekend too. Like bring my family, and I love this. I love this space, and I love what we're able to do here. When I think back on some of the teachings that my mom was able to give me as she went through her healing from her experience with residential school, she always talked about Minobotswin. And Minobotswin means to live a good life, and everything that good life encompasses, like that, being healthy, being happy. And so that's the kind of things that when I think about people coming out here, I want them to know that we want to be able to show everyone a good life and a good way of living, and how we can do that together is really important to me. And
Would you say that word?
Minobotswin. Minobotswin.
Botswin.
Minobotswin.
Minobotswin.
Yeah, that's how I say it. You'll hear it different ways, but that's how my mom taught me to say it.
I'm still trying to learn how to say Ishkasay.
Oh, yeah, I get a little twisted on that one too.
Where did you grow up?
I'm from Lac Seul First Nation, but I lived in Sioulacote, so I'm from the area as well. But Kenora has been my home now for about 7 years, I think, and.
But if you weren't born here, you'll always be an outsider.
I'm making it my home.
My kids are considered local simply because nobody knows that they weren't born here. They came when they were 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an outsider.
Oh, the word's out.
Yeah, I love the relationships that I've been able to build here. I actually know John from my previous role at Seven Gens, and so I'm excited to see you here. And I know you do really great work, and to see if there's anything that we can do together, I think would be amazing.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's lots to do. Well, we actually don't even have a phone yet. So I don't know where you'll call to, but yeah, send some smoke signals. We do have an email, so it's wellness.camp@KenoraChiefs.org, and so that's something that comes to all the managers, and we kind of just place it where it needs to go. If it's cultural, it'll go to our cultural team. Different things, yeah. Our equine does have their own email as well.
And is that just for children and families, or can adults use that?
Adults can use it as well.
There.
One thing our chiefs, our elders and our youth council, we take all our guidance from them, our board, and then as well as our different councils, our elders and our youth. They've really made it known that the space is for everyone. Like the space isn't just for our communities. As much as it is for them, it's also for everyone, and it's a place where everyone can come together and learn and, you know, just all the great things, all the good things we want to see. My background for my work is actually in social emergencies, so I've been to a lot of different places where crises and evacuations and just all states of emergency, just all the different things. And I've seen that. And when I come out here and I see youth and know some of the stories and the outcomes that we've seen, I feel like if we had more spaces like this, or more people utilize this, then we would see less of those emergencies and less of that living in survival mode and all the things that are happening to our youth right now. I just know that once we really get going out here, it's gonna create like a ripple effect, and I see it already in some of the youth that we've had out here. So I'm really, really excited because that's a lot of work when that happens, when a social emergency comes up. So I would love to avoid that. Right now it is private property. We are moving towards, like, once we have that trail, we do want to leave it, we want to make sure that it's open. But right now we have only owned the property for 3 years, and the things that have happened out here in 3 years have been, I've never seen anything happen as fast as some of the things that happen out here, and it's amazing. But right now, for safety, it is private property until we get all those proper processes and stuff in place. And before, it was a lot of just me, but now with a bigger team, I can see that stuff happening a lot sooner. Yeah. But once those things happen too, they'll be advertised. Like we definitely want to have in the winter, like snowshoeing out here is just amazing. Like it's so beautiful to snowshoe out here. So that kind of stuff we want to open up for the weekends so that families can come. We've partnered with the Bed and Bail program, our business. Is it a business? Yeah. They've come and done their dog. Oh, I forget what it's called, but they brought their dogs with the harnesses and the bikes and everything. Yeah, but bajoring or something. Ski joring, yeah, that's what it was. So they've come out here on a Saturday, and like it's just such a great space for it. So we definitely want to have more of that. And I know our new staff are quite new. They're about 4 weeks in, so I'm just waiting for more opportunities, and we're going to find them.
Serena, tell them a little bit about the horses, the type of horses you have.
Okay, so we have 3 Ojibwe spirit ponies, and those were gifted to us by a local community. I want to say don't take a free horse, but these horses are very, very special. They're the three when they work together, like they can knock down a fence. They can get out of their stalls. Like if they smell food, they can. Very, very smart. There's teachings behind. There's teachings behind these Ojibwe spirit ponies, how they were used and what they were used for and what they meant to the Ojibwe people, and that's a whole teaching on its own, and that's something that they're able to share over at the Equine Center. It's not something that I'm comfortable sharing yet. I'm not too familiar with it, but we have Icelandic horse. You know what? I don't know much about our horses. I'm sorry.
But you do have people that do.
We do. We have great people that know.
The spirit horses, they were going to be extinct. And then there was a fellow who started breeding them and that. And I think they're up to 200 now. And that fellow is the one who gifted them back, I think.
Yeah, that's the same family.
And all their horses, they stay out all winter long. They have stalls and that, but the horses are good all winter long outside.
They don't actually like being in their stalls
Yeah.
unless it's like a hot summer day when the bugs are bad. Then they want some relief with the fans and everything. They want to be in there.
The type of breeds of horses they have, they're all different.
Yeah. Yeah, and they all have really cool stories. They were all given traditional names in the language, and so they're all known by those names now. So this is kind of currently where we are at with the property. We're up here at number 1, and you can see how big and grand the property is itself. Up here we have our teepees, and if you haven't been out to the property, just seeing those up on the hill is a sight. Like, it's amazing to see that. So we have 8 teepees. They all represent our communities. One of my big hopes and dreams is to have youth from each community come out here and design something that says that they're from that community, and we'd love to see it painted on those teepees. So every time they come out here, it's a piece of their home for them. We have 2 beach volleyball courts down at the beach right now. In the winter, we actually put up a whole outdoor rink on those courts, and last year was our first year having it up. It's a full-size NHL rink, which is very, very cool. We had the Beaver Bay Broncos come out and practice. We had different things that we've done out there. This year, I know that it'll only get bigger and better. We're in development right now of our 2 baseball diamonds, and so we're in partnership with the Jays Care Foundation, that's the Blue Jays Foundation, to get those done. Baseball's huge in our communities with our rookie league. Our rookie league was the first of its kind across Canada, and the outcomes that program has seen and the work that they've done is amazing. So we'd love to be able to bring them out to the camp. We're also in development of having cabins built, and when you go for your tour, you'll see those, just the starting foundation of them. We'd love to see more youth retreats, staff retreats, whatever it will be. We want to make sure that when kids come together, they can start here, finish here. They don't have to go into town to sometimes hotel rooms can lead to trouble. So let's have a bonfire and then go to bed. Here's our equine area, the fenced in area. We have a teaching lodge up here, and this is just our stage. Going into our updates and progress, we're really aiming towards having an indoor riding arena for our equine. When it's pouring rain or it's -40, we'll see cancellations, and it's something, this program is running 7 days a week. The only time that they're closed is for a little bit during Christmas holidays, and they're open the rest of the time. So to have that indoor riding arena would be really, really beneficial to the program, because we would have less cancellations and more appointments. More cabins. It would be a dream to be able to sleep up to 160, even 200 kids out here, where they all come together from different areas and we can all learn from each other. I think about youth exchanges with different places and just the work that we can do with that. We have shower facilities and laundry facilities on the other side of this building here, and so we are ready and we're all set up for that.
How many cabins are you going to have? And when?
Well, the first 5 are just being built now.
Okay.
Uh,
And how many people would they accommodate?
They each sleep 4.
Okay.
So, oh no, sorry, they each sleep 8, so that's 40.
Okay.
Or 4. So it's 20. It's either 4 or 8. It's something. Yeah. We'd love to see, you know what, I'm not 100% what, I think it was a pavilion, but I can't say it for sure. But picnic table area, a space for families to gather together before and after baseball games for barbecues and things like that. Going into, it says final. I think everything's kind of in movement though. We'd love to see a big parking lot. I'd love to see baseball nets and everything with basketball nets. Basketball's another thing that's really big in our communities. Our youth love it. a boardwalk through our marsh area. I grew up with the teachings that the marshes are the lungs of our lakes and why we need to preserve them, the ecosystems that are in there. So it's a good teaching tool to have. We want to have a powwow arbor. We hold an annual powwow out in Wujishkanigam right now, and we'd love to be able to host that out here on our property and invite all the different communities to be out here. Our powwow is one of our biggest events that KCA holds. A roundhouse, a big dream would be to be able to have a space to showcase the history of Treaty 3. There's not very many places within the area that just show like all the different history, the pictures, the stories, the legends, the actual treaty. Like we would love to have it an educational site for everybody to be able to come and see the history of our area. That's because I get a lot of questions about it. So I'm like, hey, let's go see the roundhouse where it kind of has everything. Back in this area is our traditional area. So we have our teaching lodge up right now. We're actually going to be taking that down and putting up a bigger one. We'd love to see it be able to seat up to 40 people so we could fit a whole classroom in there to do our teachings. Our lodges will also go up there, our sweat lodges and things like that. It's kind of where we foresee that wigwam village as well. Lots of different stuff. And that's about it right now. I kind of foresee a trail like, this is that pond that I was talking about that was,
You want to put trout in?
that's the one I want to put trout in. And with the bridge, yeah. I'd love to see picnic tables over here, like a space. It's kind of off where, you know, I don't think we're going to have any development at all over there. So it would be a nice quiet space for anything really. But just to have some benches and picnic tables would be really cool. And that's it for now. If you see this white thing, this is actually a trail that the equine team uses. So they do guided trail rides as well. And our bush crawl actually came up through this last part here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they were pretty well all over the property then?
Oh yeah, the full property pretty much. It was, they started from here and they went up and around, down, up through here, through the whole horse area. The horses, they had obstacles going down through the bush and then back up and over this way and around and then back down. So it was 4 kilometers.